quiet footsteps everywhere. City sleeping, neon rain. I keep dancing through the haze. Street lights dripping silver gold. Empty trains and tired roads. Little echoes in my mind. Leave the noisy world behind. Late night windows glowing dim. Soft wind underneath my skin. Every shadow feels alive. In the dark the stars arrive. Slow down, breathe now. Moonlight on the avenue. No sound, just clouds floating like a dream for two. Midnight wonder, blue flame heartbeat. Dancing softly where the silence meets me. No destination, just the cool night breeze. I get lost so peacefully. Midnight wonder, half awake dreaming. Neon skies and sleepy city breathing. Step by step, the dark feels kind when the moonlight clears my mind. Tiny sparks above my head. Old forgotten words unsaid. Every corner hums a song, like the night keeps moving on. Coffee scent and distant cars. Foggy rooftops, hidden bars. I don't really need the dawn if the groove keeps carrying on. Blue fire sways slow. Nowhere else to go. Night air in my soul. Let the rhythm glow. Midnight wonder, blue flame heartbeat. Floating slowly while the whole world sleeps. No destination, just a faded street in the quiet under me. Midnight wonder, eyes low dreaming. Little dokkaebi dancing through the evening. Step by step, the sky turns light, but I still belong tonight. Blue light, slow night, falling through the city sky. Soft rain, train lines, everything keeps drifting by. Tiny flame above my horns, dancing through the midnight storm. Neon puddles shining dim, quiet world is pulling in. Coffee stains on empty notes, dusty songs inside my coat. Every step and every street moves along in sleepy beats. Stay low, move slow, moonlight breathing through the haze. No plans, cold hands, lost inside these blue lit days. Blue flame whisper calling through the dark. Little sparks floating softly through my heart. Late night rhythm echoes in the rain. Every lonely street begins to glow again. Blue flame whisper, stay a little more. City sleeping quietly behind the door. Slow dancing shadows moving out of sight, while the blue fire sways into the night. Faded signs and taxi lights blur together after 5. Nothing really feels too far underneath these sleepy stars. Old cassette and humming wires. Tiny ghosts inside the choir. Every rooftop, every sound feels like floating underground. Cold air, midnight blue, dreaming all the way through. Street lights shining thin. Let the quiet pull me in. Blue flame whisper drifting through my over memories behind. Late night rhythm moving soft and slow. Every hidden corner starts to glow. Blue flame whisper, one more song tonight. Little dokkaebi underneath the light. Step by step the sky turns gray, but the blue flame wants to stay. Rain tapping on the window slow. Headphones on, night moves on. Another unfinished little song. Coffee rings beside the keys. Dusty records on the floorboards creak. Tiny flames above my head, keeping all my thoughts awake. City breathing far away. Neon colors turning gray. Every sound inside this room feels like floating through the blue. Stay here, don't disappear. The silence sounds better tonight. Soft haze, long days fade underneath the light. 2 a.m. studio, blue fire burning slow. Little dokkaebi dancing all alone. Old cassette, heartbeat, late night melody. Every broken feeling turns to harmony. 2 a.m. studio, windows full of rain. Tiny sparks glowing softly through the pane. No one else awake, no place left to go. Just the rhythm moving low. Half-drawn notes and tangled wires streaming through the amplifier. Empty cups and tired eyes, moonlight painted silver white. Bassline humming through the floor, like I've heard this sound before. Every corner, every tone makes this lonely room feel warm. Night air drifting in. Slow groove underneath my skin. Blue light shining thin. Let the quiet pull me in. 2 a.m. studio, rain against the glass. Little dokkaebi, hoping nights can last. Old speakers glowing, soft electric skies. Music floating slowly through my mind. 2 a.m. studio, morning coming soon. But the blue flame still dances with the moon. Rain falls slow, neon glows, silver rivers down the road. Cold blue light, quiet night, city fading out of sight. Bus stop humming after 2, wet reflection shining blue. Tiny flames above my horns, drifting through the midnight storm. Coffee, steam, and tired shoes, half-lit signs and distant tunes. Every window, every train melts together in the rain. Taxi lights and passing smoke, words I never really spoke. Every puddle, every sign feels like frozen little time. Old cassette inside my bag, dusty notes and midnight jazz. Raindrops tapping gentle beats, following my tired feet. Ooh, cold rain on the avenue, ooh, blue flames burning through, ooh, night air pulling me like a distant melody. Neon rain letter fading into dawn, tiny lights still glowing after night is gone. Late night weather, soft electric rain, little dokkaebi dancing once again. Step by step, the dark turns gray, but the neon wants to stay. Slow lights, cold sky, nothing moving after 5. Blue haze, soft rain, city sleeping far away. Empty trains and silver smoke, half-finished words I never spoke. Tiny sparks above my head, keeping quiet thoughts alive. Oh, cafe on the corner street, dust and echoes underneath. Every shadow, every sign feels suspended out of time. Stay still, night chill, breathing through the avenue. No sound, blue clouds floating like a dream come true. Hollow hours, little blue flame dancing softly while the whole world fades. Late night heartbeat, slow electric rain. Every lonely road begins to feel the same. Hollow hours, cold city glow, quiet rhythm moving low. Little blue flame burning through the dark like a tiny lantern for my heart. Coffee cold beside the chair, dusty vinyl in the air. Moonlight dripping through the blinds, painting silver across the night. Every rooftop, every wire hums a tired little choir. Nothing really feels too far underneath these sleeping stars. Soft blue afterglow, nowhere left to go. Night air in my soul. Let the silence flow. Hollow hours, little blue flame still awake while neon colors fade. Late night heartbeat, morning coming slow. Tiny dokkaebi moving through the glow. Step by step, the sky turns gray, but the blue fire wants to stay. windows turning pale blue now. Rain stops sometime around 4. I didn't notice. Cold coffee near the speaker, one shoe by the door, a notebook filled with half-finished lyrics I probably won't use tomorrow. The city sounds different right before morning. Even the traffic lights feel quieter. Little blue flame still floating near the ceiling, like it doesn't want the night to end. Before dawn, everything becomes soft around the edges. The rooftops, the neon signs, the tired feeling behind my eyes. I stay here a little longer, listening to the last song loop again. Little blue flame beside me, half asleep, still glowing. Somewhere far away, a train starts moving again. The sky slowly forgets how dark it was an hour ago. I lean back in the chair, headphones still warm, static humming quietly between the songs. No big ending tonight, just fading blue light and the sound of the room breathing slowly. Before dawn, the whole city feels unfinished, like everyone left their dreams scattered somewhere in the dark. Little dokkaebi, watching the morning arrive without saying anything at all. Cold rooftop air, blue morning clouds moving slowly above the city. Street lights flicker one by one somewhere below. A vending machine hums in the dark. My headphones are still on, same song, third time tonight. Little blue flame drifting near the railing, swaying softly with the bass line. No one really sees this hour, the quiet between night and whatever comes after. Sleepless rooftop, neon fading from the window, soft wind moving through my hoodie sleeves, carrying yesterday away. Little blue flame still dancing slowly beside me, like the sky forgot to turn the lights back on. The train tracks start breathing again, distant tires against wet roads. A few apartment windows wake up, everything feels far away from here. I sit near the edge, watching the city stretch itself awake. No rush, no destination, just cold air, warm headphones. The microwave hums louder than the music in my headphones. I forgot how cold it gets right before morning. There's rainwater on the sleeves of my hoodie. A tired cashier restocking instant noodles without looking up once. Outside the window, traffic lights keep changing for nobody. Coffee from a paper cup, cheap warmth against cold fingers. For a second, everything feels still. Convenience store lights spilling onto empty streets. The city feels softer here, like it finally stopped pretending to stay awake. A song loops quietly in my headphones. Someone laughs somewhere far away. I stay near the doorway a little longer, watching the sky slowly lose its color. The refrigerator buzzes softly. A delivery bike disappears around the corner. I check the time again, even though it barely matters tonight. The air smells like wet concrete and overheated coffee machines. Nothing dramatic, nothing broken, just another sleepless morning, arriving too early. Automatic doors sliding open, cold air rushing in, then silence again. Convenience store lights, blue morning clouds above the buildings. The last song fades out quietly, while the city starts waking up without me noticing. The neon signs don't look as bright anymore. Maybe it's the sunrise, maybe it's just me getting tired. A pale blue sky slowly appearing between the buildings. The street's still wet from last night's rain. I keep walking even though there's nowhere left to go. Some songs sound different when morning gets too close. The city feels quieter now, like it's holding its breath before another day begins. Fading neon sky, colors dissolving into dawn. Everything that felt endless tonight starting to disappear softly at the edges. The music's still warm inside my headphones. My footsteps slower than before. I watch the reflections fade from the windows one by one. A bus passes through empty streets. Someone opens a bakery nearby. The air changes first, then the light. I can feel the night slipping away, little by little. No sadness, no happiness either, just that strange feeling between staying and leaving. The train doors open with that same tired sound. Nobody talks this early. Blue seats, fogged up windows, a half-finished song still playing in my headphones. The city outside looks softer now, like the night finally gave up, trying to stay awake. Last train home, silver light across the floor. Everything feels lighter after staying awake this long. The music gets quieter with the sunrise. Buildings blur together outside the window. I close my eyes for a second, letting the tracks carry me somewhere softer. A convenience store flashes past an empty intersections. Then apartment balconies catching morning light. The bass line from earlier still looping in my head, like the night left something behind before disappearing. Someone sleeps against the glass. Someone scrolls through their phone without really looking at it. Morning always arrives quietly here. No big goodbye, just tired headphones, warm breath against cold air, and one last station coming closer. Last train home, morning spreading through the city. The playlist finally ending as the train disappears into pale blue light. For a moment, everything feels completely still. The song ended a few minutes ago, but I still haven't taken off my headphones. There's only soft static now. Morning light spills across the train window, washing the city into pale colors. A few people start walking faster. Coffee shops unlock their doors somewhere nearby. Someone laughs too loudly for this hour. I lean my head against the glass and let the last bit of sleep drift away slowly. Static after sunrise, tiny echoes from the night that disappear too quietly. The baseline is gone now, but something still hums underneath everything, like the city kept a small piece of the music for itself. The sky doesn't look blue anymore, more like faded silver, the kind of color that only exists for a few minutes before morning fully arrives. My playlist stops, the screen goes dark still. I stay sitting there a little longer. No sadness, no ending, just silence, warming up with the sunlight. Static after sunrise, the night finally dissolving into morning. And somewhere inside the fading noise, and yesterday's rain. One machine keeps shaking too hard during the spin cycle. Nobody's here except me. A forgotten hoodie hangs over the plastic chair near the wall. The fluorescent lights buzz quietly overhead. Outside the tiny window, the sky is turning pale gray behind rows of apartment buildings. I check the clock once, then stop caring what time it is. 5 a.m. laundry room, warm air against cold hands. Everything feels strangely gentle here, like the city hasn't fully woken up yet. The dryer spins slowly beside me, small circles repeating in the glass. For a moment, nothing feels urgent anymore. Someone left 2 coins near the vending machine. A sock tumbles endlessly behind the dryer door. The floor is slightly warm, the room smells clean, almost nostalgic. I sit there longer than I need to, watching steam fade from the windows. No conversations, no sudden thoughts, just soft machine noise and the sound of morning arriving quietly outside. 5 a.m. laundry room, blue daylight spreading across the tiles. Another sleepless night, folded neatly into silence, like clean clothes waiting to be taken home. The hallway light on the 4th floor has been left on all night again. It flickers slightly every few seconds. Someone's shoes are still outside their door. A delivery box leans against the wall with rain stains on the bottom corners. The elevator takes too long to come, so I stay standing there, half awake, watching dust move through the yellow light. Hallway light left on, quiet apartment mornings before anyone starts opening doors. The building feels suspended, like everyone inside is still dreaming. At the same time, I can hear distant traffic through the stairwell window, soft blue morning, slowly filling the edges of the floor. The air smells faintly like fabric softener and cold concrete. Somewhere upstairs, water runs through old pipes. A moth circles the ceiling light over and over, like it forgot where the night ended. No messages, no plans today, just silence stretching softly between one floor and the next. next. Hallway light left on. Morning settling into the building quietly. I stand there a little longer, listening to the hum of electricity, and the city waking up far below. The curtains move slightly from the morning breeze coming through the half-open window. The room still feels blue, even though the sun is already rising. A glass of water left beside the bed overnight. Wrinkled clothes hanging over the chair. The sound of distant traffic finally starting to grow louder outside. Everything slowly returning to the shape of daytime again. Curtains moving in morning air. The night dissolving quietly without asking to be remembered. Soft light across the wooden floor, cold shadows disappearing from the corners of the room. I stay still for a while, watching the fabric sway gently beside the window. The city no longer feels lonely now. Elevator sounds, running water, someone opening their front door downstairs. Small ordinary noises filling the silence piece by piece, like morning carefully rebuilding the world. No final words tonight, just pale sunlight, slow breathing, and the last traces of blue fading from the walls. Curtains moving in morning air. Another sleepless night.